honestly.
See, people know the lore is planned out now, so can we talk about what was planned out and what wasn't about the original lore streams we did? Because they were planned out.
Be careful, though. Be careful, though. Because I don't know how much you're able to reveal about that.
Because, for instance, in the first Dream SMP war, no one on our side knew that Eric was going to betray us, but everyone on the other side did.
People know that, yeah.
And that made it like...
That made it really cool.
Yeah. Why alt account?
Like,
why do people make alt accounts? Answer that guy's question. Why alt account?
Alt accounts are a lot less stressful.
True. That's the only reason. And also copyrighted music. Woo!
Yeah. It's a lot less stressful on an alt.
It's how I
stream.
The alt account is how I want to feel productive while not doing anything.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, it is productive because ads are on. The alt account, the only form of revenue I will accept is ads. So I have pre-rolls on, which I don't on my main.
There we go. But yeah, no, I honestly think that because I've heard some of the plans and everything, and like I've seen what's gonna happen and everything, and like honestly, I think it's gonna go back in a really, really good direction.
Okay, you can spearhead the operation, then, big man.
No, I'm totally down. If it means that like I'm totally down to like write out an entire thing involving a bunch of people. But the thing is, it wouldn't make sense for me to write it because it probably wouldn't involve me that way. Like I'd be down to like completely just write someone else's entire, or like someone
write my lore.
A giant lore bit. I really want to actually, Tubbo, because you have such a good character that I really want to expand upon.
Okay, go on, do it. Plan me out a lore stream.
The thing is though that that's the thing, right? Planning out lore streams.
Lore stream, yeah, I know, that was the joke.
Oh, because like again, remember, my lore was actually based off of the improv.
Yeah. The fact that your first stream on the SMP when we were doing lore, you were so quiet, and like the only thing you said was, "Yep, I don't know, man, I can't remember."
Yeah, and then I did this little thing about like Tommy and everything, because I didn't know how the lore worked and everything. I didn't know like how it worked back then. But then my first actual solo lore bit that I did was after I played Minecraft with Charlie Slimeskull for 4 hours, and then I went onto the Dream SMP. And then I misplaced one of my books, right? I misplaced one of my books. And then I was like, I could make this in the back of my mind, I was just like, I could make this a thing. So then I made this a thing.
Made a thing.
And then I made it a thing. I made an entire thing about searching around, and then I cut to black, and then I was just like, that's not where it was. And like, I didn't mean to do that. I just didn't know where the heck my book was. I didn't know where it was. Like, I actually legitimately lost it, and I was just like, yeah, okay. So
Farm's working, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you, it just auto-harvest. So AFK
nice.
Overnight here for me, please.
Okay. Wait, did it just over-harvest? Because why is the stuff at the back just like completely grown?
That one at the back is... That was a lapse of placement by me.
No, I placed that actually, so it was my bad.
Oh. Yeah, I was meant to miss those ones.
Yeah, yeah, chat. I just straight up accidentally lost my book, and then I was just like, let's make this an entire thing. Again, chat, like, everything about my character has been based off of improv.
Yeah, everyone's going, that wasn't planned?
That wasn't planned.
See, that's how much of the lore was improv, chat, before the takeover of the treatments.
Like, again, Dream's entire thing about, what is it? Dream's entire thing
wasn't
about,
the
like,
voice just a fluke as well? Like, you just decided one day that...
Yeah, I was just
I'll
like,
do that.
no, in the middle of my lore stream.
Oh, yeah, in the middle of the stream. Dream was just, like, DM'd and, like,
I just DM'd Dream. And I was just like, yeah, sure. And then, And then...
See, that's one that I think people freak out about. I don't reckon anyone had any idea that that was such a fluke thing.
Yeah, no,
everyone made the lore
like,
about
you can actually see me tab out in the lore stream and then DM Dream to be like, hey, and then what is it? And then another thing. Dream's entire thing about like me being a traitor and all that, right? That was also made the morning of.
Yeah, the morning. Yeah.
That happened the morning of. I was just like, okay, Dream, like I need you to do this thing. I'm gonna give you my book, and then we can figure out the reasoning for this later. And then I was just like, okay.
And then, wait. Wasn't the reasoning you came up with the Enderwalks thing?
the Enderwalk came from that.
From that reasoning, yeah. So that was awesome.
From that reasoning, that's where the Enderwalk came from.
Yeah.
Everything. So honestly, nothing was planned. And also, still, my lore stream that's coming up, I'd say it's the most planned stream that I'm doing, but it is still like 90% improv.
See, everyone's just freaking out about how fluked the Dream is. They're like, oh my god, they must calculate it with storylines and graphs and...
Yeah, but the thing is though, now we're getting into the storylines and graph, and I'm just like, no,
can we link
to
this,
be improv.
You know the
still.
Bolt series that we're doing with Captain Sparkles and FMB, Yumi, Jack Manifold, that is planned out to a T, though, more or less, isn't it? Like, that's gonna be the whole server's gonna be planned down to like a T. It's going to be super planned. We have like story charts and tree diagrams on how the interactions go and how many and we have like acts and how many episodes we do on each stage.
Yep.
So that's how planned out that one's. But like just to pair that to the Dream SMP, that's how different they are.
Yep. And like again, another way that the lore works, right, is that so like anyone, the thing is, another thing about the lore, right, is that anyone can involve themselves now. Or anyone could have involved themselves.
What do you mean?
Not really that much anymore now, right? So like if someone wanted to be in like the background of something, right? Like
they could just kind of walk up
they could just kind of walk up and be like, hey guys, what's going on? And then it's obvious, right? And then people are really good at improv on this server, right? So if they don't want them there, they can be like, oh yeah, no, it's probably best if you go do this, and they'll make it seem like an improvised thing. You know, they'll make 100%. It seem like an improvised thing.
The only thing is that no wait, I lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. Never mind. Yeah.
But like, so like, if the person like doesn't want them there because it doesn't match up with the plan, then they'll do some little bit of improv, being like, oh, I think it's probably best for you to go. But then if they're just tab out and DM you on
Discord, lol. We make jokes about it, but we actually do that.
We actually know, like sometimes we're actually just like,
piss off, mate.
But then if we want to include the person, right, they'll be
we DM them on Discord and then bring them back.
Exactly. Like not even DM, sometimes just through conversation.
Like Minecraft chat.
Yeah, not even Minecraft chat either. Just straight up, just talking with them. Like it's. So I honestly, I think that soon, hopefully, I think the lore will go back to like the way that it was, where people can do like daily lore streams and everything. Because it's just like, it's like daily lore and everything, you know, it's really, really fun.
Like, so when you're playing on the server, the story of the server's actually progressing. Instead of like, oh yeah, sorry guys, I'm not doing lore today.
Yeah. Instead of like the little filler episodes. Daily lore, you guys realize that L'Manberg was daily lore.
L'Manberg was, when we played in L'Manberg, when we played in L'Manberg, when we were in L'Manberg, we were doing lore. Like, for instance, when me and Ranboo built that beehive, that was lore, because Technoblade and Tommy ended up using it for, like, some weird secret hideout bunker.
Yeah, and that was also character development between us.
Yeah, like, we were talking like we were the characters, for instance. It wasn't just hanging out. But it also was, in a sense, hanging out.
It also was hanging out. Semi-lore, which is, again, something that I think is missing now on the server.
It's all yes or no, lore or not lore, you know, style.
Yeah, it's all like lore or not lore, which is why I like doing like semi-lore and everything. And it's hard to do semi-lore right now, right? Because there isn't like one driving story.
And also because everyone's character relations are so complicated. For instance, if I wanted to go and talk to Phil in the Antarctic doing semi-lore, he would... We're not friends because I gave him an ankle monitor. Yeah, and also tried to murder Technoblade.
Yeah, but then I could be like, oh, he's my husband, and then we could let him in, and then we can chill. Like, yeah. And that's what we can do. You know, like that's what we can do and everything. You know, so it's just like it would be like that kind of thing.
Ranboo, do you want to know something very cool? It's a little bit self-promoting, but do you mind? It's like it's just something weird. My ult's nearly at 1 mil, lol.
Nice. Because you've been streaming on it more than your main.
I have. I've got something like 200 hours streamed this month, and it's been 15 days. I'm being